Ujjayi pranayama, your upward victorious breath. Let's set a metronome for the breath today. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, engage Mula Bandha, lift up at the pelvic floor. You're going to keep that lift through the whole practice today. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale. Exhale, 6. Inhale. Exhale, 7. Inhale. Exhale, 8. Inhale. Exhale, 9. Inhale. Exhale, 10. On the inhale, come forward to a plank and stay in plank. Look at the windows. Push the floor away. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale. Exhale, 6. Inhale. Exhale, 7. Inhale. Exhale, 8. Inhale. Exhale, 9. Inhale. Exhale, go back, downward facing dog. Soften the knees, walk the feet toward the hands. Keep the feet about hips width distance apart. Keep the hands about 6 to 8 inches in front of the feet. Press the palms down, so you're going to go sideways, unfortunately, okay? And you're going to, face kind of, you can face either the speakers or you can face the door, whichever one. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale. Exhale, 6. Inhale. Exhale, 7. Inhale. Exhale, 8. Inhale. Exhale, 9. Inhale. Exhale, 10. Soften the knees. Step the feet out as wide as mat. Come to a squat. Bring the hands together in prayer. If you need to squat on a block, you can sit on a block for this. That's perfectly fine. That may help some people. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale. Exhale, 6. Inhale. Exhale, 7. Inhale. Exhale, 8. Inhale. Exhale, 9. Inhale. Exhale, 10. Place the hands on the floor. Come sit down and extend the legs out in front of you. On the inhale, bend the right knee into the chest. Place the right foot on the outside of the left knee. Dorsiflex the left foot, lift the left arm up. And then exhale, twist over to the right. Look over the right shoulder. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale, come back center. And exhale, counter twist over to the left. Inhale, come center. And exhale, extend. Inhale, bend the left knee, left foot on outside of right. On the inhale, lift the right arm up. And then exhale, twist over to the left. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale, come back center. And exhale, counter twist. Inhale, come center. And exhale, extend. Inhale, bend both the knees. Place the heels where the knees were. Feet about hips width distance apart. On the inhale, lift the hips into tabletop. Exhale, let the head go back if comfortable. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale. Exhale, 6. Inhale. Exhale 7. Inhale. Exhale 8. Inhale. Exhale 9. Inhale. Exhale, bring the chin in the chest and come down. And come sit on a block or a blanket, and we're going to chant a few moments. I didn't hand out chant books. I don't have that many chant books here. So I was like, why hand them out? So we're going to do a little call and response, and then we'll talk a few minutes. All right, so we're going to chant. We're going to do Loka Samasta. Then we'll do a little Yoga Sutra. Then we're going to do a little Bhagavad Gita. Okay, so we're going to do a little combination of things. So 3 ohms. Om. Om. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Your turn. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Continue. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Twice more. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. And now we're going to chant from the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. We'll do this as call and response, but it's what we've been focusing on this past month. So we'll do it. I'll do a call and response, and we'll put it together. Vastu, Vastu, Samye, Samye, Chitta, Chitta, Bedat, Bedat, Tayor, Tayor, Vibhakata, Vibhakata, Pantaha, Pantaha, Vastu Samye, Vastu Samye, Chitta Bedat, Chitta Bedat, Tayor Vibhakata, Tayor Vibhakata, Pantaha, Pantaha, Vastu Samye, Chitta Bedat, Tayor Vibhakata, Pantaha, Vastu Samye, Chitta Bedat, Tayor Vibhakata, Pantaha. Om. All right. So now we're going to, this one's a little more complicated Sanskrit, right? So we're going to chant from the Bhagavad Gita. We'll do this line for line. And this is from the 7th chapter, which is Jnana Vijnana Yoga, the yoga of knowledge and internally knowing, not just of jnana, but internally knowing this knowledge. Okay. Yo yo yam yam tanum bhaktaha, yo yo yam yam tanum bhaktaha, sadhaya chitumi chati, sadhi chitumi. Okay, let's try that one again. Sadhi yachi tumi chati, sadhi yachi tumi chati, tasya chalam sabdaham, tasya chalam sadham, tam eva vidaham yaham, Tam eva vidadyam yaham. Okay, I'm going to try it all the way through. This one's a little bit of a tongue twister. Yo yo yam yam tanum bhaktaha siddha yam chi tumi chachati tasya chalam sadham tam eva vidadham yaham. Yo yo yam yam tanum bhaktaha siddha chi tumi chachati tasya chalam shadham tam eva vidadham yaham. So one of the things I think that like in yoga that will help, that asana, vinyasa will help you, is it will help you start to recognize and understand patterns. And if you can start to kind of understand the patterns that you're seeing over and over and over again, then you will see the connecting dots all around you in different traditions, right? Because there's not just one tradition of spirituality. And what happens is we start to compartmentalize it. Our minds start compartmentalize it, and we start thinking of things better or worse or lesser than or greater than. And in reality, these ancient spiritual masters, no matter what tradition they were from, they were all trying to get people to get to the same place. They may be called it different things, but they were all trying to get to the same place. Yoga and the tradition that yoga comes out of, it's a little easier to see the pattern in it because it was never orthodoxed. You know, it was never institutionalized into a religion, right? It was always that this teacher taught it this way and this teacher taught it that way, but in the end, we wanted you to reach yoga, right? And I hear a lot of times some people will say, well, I wish everybody would stop studying Patanjali and only study the Gita, right? Because the Gita's got more wisdom. And that's a very Abrahamic approach to it. That's a very like textual, like, oh, this text is better than that text. But if you study both the texts, you realize that they're trying to get you to the same place, and they're saying the same thing, but they say it differently. So when we look at Patanjali's Yoga Sutras, he talks about the fact that you need to dedicate your practice to Ishvara. Ishvara meaning the Lord. And he doesn't tell you who the Lord is. He just leaves it at that very broad statement of the Lord. Like you need a Lord of your mind, a Lord of your soul, a Lord of to guide you. And when you figure out your Ishvara Devata, focus on that Ishvara Devata. And that may be different from me to you. And we don't even have to share the information with each other. But I need to have my Ishvara Devata, and you need to have your Ishvara Devata. And what Patanjali's doing, he's coming from an impersonal point of view. It's impersonal. It's not a personal point of view. He's being very general. But he says in the sutra that we chanted in 415, in Kavalya Yoga, right? The last chapter on absolute freedom. I've totally freed myself from all the shackles. He says, Vastu samye chitta beda tayor vipakata pandaha. Vastu, the object, Ishvara. Samye, same. Chit, the thinking mind that changes all the time. Beda becomes different. Tayor, whose, vipakata, different. And pandaha travels different paths. And so what he's saying is each person will perceive the object differently according to their perception, their lens that they're seeing it through. Maybe it's their conditioning as a child, where they grew up, where they have spent their life, right? Their surroundings. Is their surroundings a cold surrounding? Is it a lush surrounding? Is it a desert? Like all of these, is it a seaside? All those things are going to change your perspective on the object. Right? But you need to know that other people are going to see it differently. So stop fighting with them and telling them they're wrong, because that's the way they see it. If they are dedicated to their Ishvara, they will still reach the state of yoga. Krishna, on the other hand, he comes at this at a very different point, different methodology. He's coming at it from a very personal point of view, because we have to remember when we study the Gita, what is happening in the Mahabharata? How do we get there? So there's a civil war taking place, and his best friend Arjuna has to fight his cousins, and he doesn't want to do it. He says, I don't want to do it. I don't want to go into this battle and fight these people I love and I've grown up with. This is just going to be a horrible situation. And he has a nervous breakdown, basically, and Krishna says, you need to kind of pull it together. And Arjuna says, well, teach me yoga. Teach me how to do this. And Krishna says, well, I can do that. So he gives him 18 chapters. So it's the difference between 4 chapters and 18 chapters. That's a big difference. And he teaches Arjuna 4 types of yoga, right? He teaches him first jnana yoga, the yoga of knowledge. That could be book knowledge, but internal knowledge. But first before you get to internal knowledge, you got to start with a little book knowledge. So a little bit like, let's study. Then he's going to teach him karma yoga, the yoga of action. Then he's going to teach him bhakti yoga, the yoga of devotion. And then finally, dhyana yoga or raja yoga, the yoga of meditation. So chapter 6 is dhyana yoga, the yoga of meditation, meditating on the Ishvara. In that case, it's Krishna. He says, meditate on me. Dedicate all your actions to me. Do your bhakti to me. It's personal. He's giving you, he's telling you who the Ishvara is. But then after that last chapter on the 4 yogas, his number is chapter 7, Jnana Vijnana Yoga. Knowledge internalized yoga. So that means that I am now aware, but now I'm going deeper into myself and deeper into the understanding of what it is. And he says, and sorry I slaughtered it like I did, yo yum yum tanum bhaktaha sadha ya chi tumi chatati tasya chala samdaha ta eva vadadham yaham. So yo is whoever, yum yum whichever, tunum from bhakti the devotee. Shridhad is faith, acham is to worship, ichati is desire, tasya to him, achalam steady, shridyam is faith, tam in that, ave certainty, and vidyadham I am within it. So that is translated into whatever object or whatever idea of God that the devotee is devoted to. No matter what it is, I am in it. I am there in that object. And so he's saying the same thing to Arjuna here that Patanjali is saying in Vastu. He's saying, don't get involved in what the form is. The form is the form. Let the other person have the form that they need to perfect this thing called yoga. Don't be dogmatic about the form. Know that they're doing it with great devotion. Know they're doing it with great love. And that love alone is more important than the object. And so it doesn't matter whether you go to a temple or you go to a church or you go to a mosque or a synagogue or you go to a yoga studio. When you get on the mat, it's the same thing as going to any of those other places, as long as your intention is to connect to that thing that's within you that you see as divine energy. And so that's the last class we'll have here, is you connecting to that divine energy. And it's the most important thing, because even though this is the last class in this space, it's not the space that makes the connection. It's you that makes the connection. And you can take that energy out of here and go out into the world and make that connection in any situation. So just remember that. This isn't the end, this is the beginning. Okay? Come stand up at the top of the mat. Big toes and heels touch. Tailbone moves toward pubic bone, gazes at the horizon. And I won't, with this many people in the class, I'm not going to do anything crazy. Believe me, I'm not going to have you like jumping on top of each other. Okay? Bring the hands together in undulating mudra, and set higher intention for the sadhana. Dedicate this sadhana to your Ishvara, your idea of that divine energy that is resonating within you. Okay? And then exhale, hands by the side, Tadasana mountain seat. Let's do this. Let's open up this door and we'll have people come out into the hall, because you can't even like fit back here, guys. Okay? Just give me a second, everybody. So I'm going to open this door. So one there and one there. And yes, and then Echo, you can either come over here a little bit. Okay? I'm sorry. I'm doing a little bit of management here. Okay. Exhale, hands by the side, Tadasana. I'm going to have you pull away from a little so I can come in here. On the inhale, bring the hands together in undulating mudra. Extend the arms up toward the sky, Asana. Exhale, fold over the straight legs, Uttanasana. You're going to face this way, sideways. Inhale, lift the head and chest, soften the knees. Step right foot back into a low lunge. Exhale, left foot back, downward facing dog, lift hips. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On the inhale, lightly step the right foot in between the hands. Exhale, left foot next to the right, fold over the legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, rise up, extend the arms, see the prayer. Exhale, hands by the side, Tadasana mountain seat. On the inhale, extend the arms up toward the sky, Asana. Exhale, fold over the straight legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, soften the knees, step left foot back, low lunge. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On the inhale, lightly step the left foot in between the hands. Exhale, right foot next to the left and fold over the legs. Inhale, rise up, extend the arms. And then exhale, hands by the side, Tadasana. On the inhale, extend the arms, Asana. Exhale, folding over straight legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift the head and chest, prepare. Exhale, step or jump back, Chaturanga, your choice. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward. Inhale, step or jump the feet in between hands. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, rise up, extend the arms. Exhale, hands by the side, Tadasana mountain seat. On the inhale, extend the arms, Asana. Exhale, fold over straight legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift head and chest, prepare. Exhale, step or jump back, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward. Inhale, step or jump the feet in between hands. Exhale, fold over legs. Inhale, rise up, extend arms. Exhale, hands by the side to Tadasana, mountain seat. One more time like that on your own. On the inhale, begin. Good. With straight legs, inhale, hook thumbs, reach up and arch back. Exhale, bend knees, fold forward, arms behind back, clasp hands together in a fist straighten. Inhale, bend knees, hands down next to feet, right foot back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, slide forward, cobra. Exhale, tuck toes under, seat back to heels, downward dog. On the inhale, right foot steps forward. Exhale, left foot meets right, fold over legs. Inhale, bend knees, hook thumbs, stand up, straighten legs, arch back. Exhale, bend knees, take arms behind back, clasp hands together in a fist straighten. Inhale, bend knees, hands down next to feet, left foot back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, slide forward, cobra. Exhale, tuck toes under, seat to heels, downward facing dog. On the inhale, left foot forward. Exhale, right foot meets left, fold over legs. Inhale, bend knees, hook thumbs, stand up, straighten legs, arch back. Exhale, hands by the side to Tadasana. On the inhale, bend the knees, Utkatasana. Exhale, put the hands down, extend the legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, step or jump back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. On the inhale, step right foot forward, left heel down, rise up, Virabhadrasana 1, and stay. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, hands down to the earth, step back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot forward, right heel turns down, rise up, warrior 1. Stay. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, hands down to the earth, step back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. On the inhale, step right foot forward, left heel turns down, come up, warrior 1. Exhale, open arms and hips, warrior 2. Inhale, extend the right leg, move the right foot forward just a little bit. Then exhale, bend the right knee and stay in warrior 2. Right thigh parallel to the earth. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale, good. Exhale, 2, shoulders pull back a little. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, hands down to the earth, step back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot forward, right heel turns down, rise up, Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, open arms and hips, Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale, extend the left leg. Move the left foot forward just a little bit. And exhale, bend the left knee, left thigh parallel to the earth. Try to drop into the hips a little bit. Inhale. Exhale, cranial over sacral. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, hands down to the earth, step back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, good. Exhale, downward facing dog. On the inhale, step the right foot forward, left heel down, rise up, warrior 1. Exhale, open arms and hips, warrior 2. Inhale, straighten the right leg. Exhale, reach to the right, right hand on right shin, left arm lifts up, Trikonasana triangle. Inhale, good. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3, just parallel. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On the inhale, lift all the way up to stand. Exhale, bend the right knee, place the right hand on the outside of the right foot. You can block if you have one, that's great. You can also, just put the fingertips down if you don't have a block. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On the inhale, place the left hand down. Come onto the ball of the left foot. Exhale, drop down to the left knee. Inhale, lift the torso up. Bring the arms alongside the ears like a lunge. Then exhale, bring the hands together in the center of the chest. Twist over to the right. Left arm's on the outside of the right thigh. If stable, lift your left knee up. Balancing. Inhale. Good. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On your inhale, come back to center, put the hands on the floor, frame the right foot. Then exhale, extend the right leg, move the left foot forward about halfway till the heel is on the ground. Then lift the head and chest, pull the right hip back, and then exhale, fold forward. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale, lift the head and chest. Exhale, bend the right knee, step back to a downward facing dog. So easy, just easy breezy. On the inhale, step left foot forward, right heel down, rise up, Virabhadrasana 1. Then exhale, open arms and hips, Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale, extend the left leg. Exhale, reaching to the left, left hand down, right arm lifts up, Trikonasana. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale, lift all the way up to stand. Then exhale, bend the left knee, left hand outside left foot. Use a block or your fingertips if you don't have a block. And then inhale, right arm reaching toward the windows, extended angle. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On the inhale, place the right hand down. Come onto the ball of the right foot. Exhale, dropping to the right knee. Inhale, lift the torso up, arms alongside ears. Then exhale, bring the hands together in prayer, twisting left. If stable and you did so on the other side, lift the right knee up, extending the right leg. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. And it'll come back to center, placing hands on floor. Exhale, extend left leg, move right foot forward. Lift the head and chest, pull left hip back. And then exhale, fold forward, Purvottanasana. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale, lift head and chest. Exhale, bend the left knee, step back, downward facing dog. On the inhale, come forward to plank. Bring the big toes and heels to touch. Exhale, onto the right hand, the outside of the right foot. You can drop down to the right knee, or you can even lift the left foot up if you want to. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale, gently come to plank. And exhale, onto the left hand, the outside of the left foot. Raise the right arm up. Vaishishtasana. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale, gently come out to plank. And exhale, the knees, the chest, the chin to the floor. Inhale, slide forward, Bhujangasana. Exhale, tuck the toes under, push the seat back onto the heels, lift the knees up, downward facing dog. On the inhale, step the right foot forward, left heel down, rise up, warrior 1. Exhale, opening arms and hips, warrior 2. Inhale, extend the right leg. Now exhale, rebend the right knee, put the right hand down inside the right foot. And then exhale, lift the left arm straight up into the air. Extended angle B. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On the inhale, gently place the left hand down. Now walk both the hands over to the left. Rotate on the heels, coming into a straddle forward fold, facing the left side. You may have to navigate with, negotiate a little bit with your neighbors. That's okay. All right. Lift the head and chest, look up, and then exhale, fold forward. And as you fold forward, walk your fingers back, fingers in line with toes. Head may come to the floor, may not come to the floor. If it comes to the floor and you are stable, you could come into a tripod headstand. I wouldn't stop you. Just be mindful of your neighbors. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. If you're in a tripod with control, come out of it. Put the feet back on the ground. Good for you. Then inhale, lift the head and chest. And then exhale, bend the left knee and bring the left knee to the floor underneath your left hip. So kneel down on your left knee. Your right leg's still extended out. So knee, that's your, so you're going to drop down your knee. There you go. You just put your hands down. Yeah, just put your hands down. So you're going to come down to your knee, okay? And then lift your hips up because you're going to come into gate. I'm going to have you do gate, okay? So then lift your arms up alongside your ears. Reach over with your right hand, grab your left wrist. Give your left arm a pull, and then exhale, side bend to the right. You should be stretching the left side of the body. Okay, this is an underrated asana. I love this asana. Amy and I both do over there. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Now inhale, lift the shoulders up, release your left wrist, put the hands on the floor in front of you. This is so easy. Move your left foot forward and sit down behind your left heel in a wide-legged Janu Shirshasana. Yeah. There you go. Now, we're going to do 2 variations of Janu Shirshasana. We're going to do it with a straightforward fold, but then we're going to do it with a twist. So twist the torso over your right leg, and then exhale, fold forward over your right leg, holding onto your right foot. Try to even out the shoulders here. Just a regular Upavishta Janu Shirshasana. right? Without the twist. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. So you want to drop this left shoulder and lift this right shoulder. Exhale, 3. You feel how that's different? Inhale. Exhale, 4. Good for you. Inhale. Exhale, 5. And inhale, lift your head and chest, okay? Now, put your right forearm on the ground in front of your right leg with your right palm facing up. Now, we're going to do it with a twist. This is where people want to go, but this is actually really difficult. Push with your right arm into the right thigh. Then lift your left arm up and lean over to the right and see if you can grab your right foot with your left hand. Now, if you cannot do that, here is the option. Take your left hand behind your head and grab your right earlobe. Yeah, so reach behind your head, grab your earlobe. Now, if you have your left foot with your right foot with your left hand, you're going to push into your right arm and you're going to twist and open up the chest and look underneath your left armpit. If you have a hold of your right ear, you're going to look past your left elbow up at the ceiling and push your head into your left arm. So you both get a twist on either one of them. But what's going to happen now is the head is going to come underneath, and we're going to, there's the twist now. Exhale, 1. See the difference? Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Good. Lift up, releasing your right ear or your left or your right foot. Now, this is so easy. It kind of confuses people. Your left knee is bent. Start to move your hips over to the left and come into a pigeon on the left side, facing the mirrors. So you're going to be looking back at the wall behind you, unless you're to the side, right? Okay? Now, take a moment. Check out your pigeon. Okay, we're going to do 2 versions of this pigeon. If you need to pad out underneath the left hip, do so. Lift the head and chest, pull the left hip back, and then exhale, fold forward, walk your arms out in front of you, and breathe. Now, what I like about this is the back of the room gets to become the front of the room. The front of the room became the back of the room. You get a different perspective, right? Remember the object? It looks different from different perspectives. Is the back of the room the front? Is the front of the room the back? Who says it's that way? Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale, lift the head and chest, walk the hands back. This is so easy. Bend your right knee, reach back with your right hand, grab the inside of the right foot. And now just kind of draw your right heel toward the outside of your right hip. It's not a full-on king pigeon. That's a really deep back bend, but it is opening up the front of your right quad. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. And gently release the right foot. This is so easy. Swing your right leg in front of you. Place your right foot on the outside of your left leg. Ardha Matsyendrasana, seated spinal twist. Now, plug both sit bones into the earth. You don't want to be setting on your left heel. Lift the left arm up alongside the left ear. And then exhale, twist over to the right, looking back at the windows. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale, come center. And then exhale, counter twist left. And then inhale, come center and set up for ankle to knee. Open up the right knee. Place the right ankle on the left knee, left ankle underneath right. And then dorsiflex the feet. Pull the toes toward each other. Lift the head and chest. And then exhale, fold forward. Bring the arms out in front of you. Breathing. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Good. Inhale. Lift the head and chest. Now lift the knees up. Cross the right ankle over the left. You're going to be still facing the mirrors. Place your hands next to the hips. You can use blocks. Lift your seat, lift your feet, give a little rock, give a little roll, roll over the shins, jump back, chaturanga, either one. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And like I said, I like this because we kind of went from the front of the mat to the back of the mat, but is it the front or the back, right? It depends on how you look at it. On the inhale, step the left foot forward. Right heel turns down, rise up, Virabhadrasana 1. And exhale, open up arms and hips, Virabhadrasana 2. Then inhale, extend the left leg, 1 breath. Then exhale, rebend the left knee. Place the left hand on the inside of the left foot. Raise the right arm straight up into the air. Extended angle B. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2, kind of pull the hip toward the windows. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. On the inhale, place the right hand down. Now, as you put the right hand down, walk your hands over to the right. So now you're going to come into your second straddle forward fold, okay? Now this time, turn your toes slightly outward. Then grab your big toes in yogi toe lock. And then lift the head and chest. And then exhale, fold forward. With a little external rotation of the leg, you'll hit the inner hamstring. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. So extend. Exhale 3 there. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale. Lift the head and chest, releasing the toes. Now this time, bend the right knee. Drop down to the right knee. Okay? Right knee is going to be underneath the right hip. Left leg is going to be extended. Lift the torso up so your shoulders are over the hips. Reach the arms up toward the sky. Reach over with the left hand. Grab the right wrist. Give the right arm a little pull, and then exhale, side bend over to the left. Stretching the right. Gate. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5, then inhale, lift the shoulders up, release the wrists, place the hands on the floor in front of you, move the right foot forward and sit down behind the right heel in a wide-legged Janu Shirshasana. Then dorsiflex the left foot, twist the torso over the left leg, and here again we're going to do this twice. So the first one you want closed shoulders, so exhale, fold forward, try to drop your right shoulder. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Good. Inhale. Exhale 5. Now inhale, lift up. Place your left forearm on the floor in front of your left leg. Push your left elbow into the thigh. Then reach your right arm up and then side bend over to the left. See if your right hand can grab your left foot. If that's not happening, take your right arm behind your head and grab your left earlobe. Now, whichever one you're in, once you have it, you're going to push into the left elbow and open the chest up instead of collapsing. Inhale. Exhale 1. So there's your rotation. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Then inhale, lift up. Good for you. And this is so easy. You're going to bring your right knee forward and send your left leg back, coming into a pigeon. You can put a blanket underneath the hip if you need to, a block underneath the right hip, whatever you need. And then lift the head and chest. And exhale, fold forward, bring the arms out in front of you. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. And inhale, lift the head and chest. Walk the hands back. Bend the left knee. Reach back with the left hand. Hold on the inside of the left foot. Now, move your shoulders back toward the windows. For most of you, some people are to the side, but move it back to the front. And then press down on your left foot and bring your left heel a little closer to your hip. So bring your hand back. This hand back a little more. So right hand back here with your hip. So as you're doing this, you're going into a back bend. So you're lifting your chest up instead of forward folding. You got that one already. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, gently release your left foot. Now this is so easy. Swing your left leg in front of you. Place your left foot on the outside of your right thigh. Check out if you're setting on your right heel. Just move that out from underneath your hip. Lift your right arm up. And then bring your right elbow on the outside of your left leg. Your left arm behind you, looking behind you at the mirrors this time. Inhale. Press this big toe down. Exhale, 1. So now we're energizing like that. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Good. Inhale, come center. Exhale, counter twist over here to the right. Keep the left hip down. Inhale, come center and set up for Agni Stambhasana. Dorsiflex the feet, lift the head and chest. And then exhale, fold forward. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Good on the inhale. Lift the head and chest. Now this is so easy. Lift the knees up, extend the legs straight out in front of you. Dorsiflex the feet, lift the head and chest. And exhale, fold forward, hold onto the feet. Paschimottanasana. 15 breaths here. Let's do 15 today. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Good. Pull your toes together. Inhale. Good. Exhale, 6. Inhale. Exhale, 7. Inhale. Exhale, 8. Inhale. Exhale, 9. Inhale. Exhale, 10. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, go a little deeper. Inhale, breathe. Exhale, go forward. Inhale. Exhale, 15. On the inhale, lift the head and chest. And exhale, hands by the hips. Bend the knees. Place the feet where the knees were. Then open up the knees. Bring the feet together in a prayer. Let the knees drop out to the side. Then use the thumbs. Open up the soles of the feet like a book. And on the inhale, lengthen. And then exhale, fold forward, cobbler. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale. Exhale 6. Inhale. Exhale 7. Inhale. Exhale 8. Inhale. Exhale 9. Inhale. Exhale 10. On the inhale, lift the head and chest. That's so easy. Keep your feet together, knees out to the side. Lay down on your back. Oh. Good. And just take a moment. You can bring your hands to your inner thighs and just suggest an external rotation. So, Supta Baddha Konasana. Inhale. So feet together and knees out to the side like a diamond. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale. Exhale 6. Inhale. Exhale 7. Inhale. Exhale 8. Inhale. Exhale 9. Inhale. Exhale 10. Now lift the knees up. Place the feet on the floor. Reach down with your middle finger. Touch your heels. So it's going to put your feet about hips width distance apart. On the inhale, lift the hips, the lower, the middle back. Clasp the hands together in a fist underneath you. And roll the shoulders underneath you. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Push me away. Push, push, push. Inhale. Exhale 5. Now keep your hands where they are, interlaced underneath you. Lower your hips down onto your arms. Just roll your shoulders back. Little shoulder opener. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Lift your hips a little. Release your hands and come down. The middle back, the lower of the hips. All right. Straighten the legs out in front of you like you are in a Shavasana. Bring your left arm alongside the left ear. Roll over to the left. Come lay down on the abdomen. Now, a lot of times people get really concerned about like their feet pointing toward the altar. Okay, I'm gonna tell you something. God is everywhere. God doesn't just exist in the altar. So wherever your feet are, God is there. Okay? So, and I was told that by a young lady who I was doing a private with she was from India, she was a Brahmin, and I said, you can turn around the other way and point your feet the other way. And she laughed and she said, God is everywhere. And when she said that, I said, wow, that's the Dharma talk of the week. Squeeze the legs together. On the inhale, lift the head, chest, legs, and arms. Locust. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Good. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale, come down and relax. It's like I said, God just doesn't exist in the temple or the mosque or the church or the synagogue. God is everywhere. God's in you. Bend the knees, reach back, grab the ankles. Shift the weight forward from the pubic bone to the navel. On the inhale, lift up. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Come down, relax. Second Dhanurasana, bend the knees, put your hands on the soles of your feet like you're giving yourself a high five. Then reach, grab the inside of the ankles. You're going to know if you're in the right position if your thumbs are pointing up toward the ceiling. Okay, if your thumbs are pointing down toward the floor, you've inwardly rotated the shoulders. Dorsiflex the feet, pointing the toes back toward the windows. Kick the feet into the hands and lift up. Exhale, 1, good. Inhale. Exhale, 2, inhale. Exhale, 3, inhale. Exhale, 4, inhale, lift a little higher. And then exhale, come down, release, relax. Bring the hands next to the chest, elbows close to the ribs. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Bring the knees to rest behind your wrist crease. Coming into a kneeling position. Then lift your shoulders up, your hips and sacral over the knees. Then tuck the toes under so your heels are pointing up toward the ceiling. Bring your hands onto the waist and then bring your elbows closer together, getting your thumbs to touch behind you and your sacrum. Then bring your chin to your chest and give a little press into the sacral and start to lift the chest up and arch back. You can keep your hands on your hips. That's one option. Option 2, you can put your hands on your heels. Option 3, if you're ready to put your hands on the soles of your feet, do so. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. And inhale, lift up, leading with the shoulders. Good for you. Bring your knees together, feet together. Come sit on the heels. Bhadrasana. Just bring the hands onto the thighs. Close the eyes for a second. Breathe. Now, this is so easy. You're going to bring both your hands over to the left. You're going to sit on your left hip. You're going to lay down with your head toward the windows and your feet toward the mirrors. So here again, just changing this perception there. Just sit over to the hip and just lay down on the back. I know sometimes when you make it really easy, then it's like the mind wants to make it really hard. It's like, how do I do that? Okay, so from here, you can come back into the half bridge that we did at the top of the back bends, or you can come into upward bow, up to you. Place the hands next to the head, elbows toward the ceiling. You're going to bend the knees. You're going to put the feet flat on the ground. I should say that first. On the inhale, lift up, upward bow, or half bridge. Inhale. Exhale, 1, good. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Bring the chin in the chest and come down the upper, the middle, the lower back. So any variations you wish to experience for the next 2, you could lift a leg in the air, then do the other leg on the last one. Or you can take one hand, put it on the hip, try that on the next one, okay? Place the hands next to the head. On the inhale, lift up, coming into just a regular upward bow or any variation you want to do. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Bring the chin in the chest and come down the upper, the middle, the lower back. And instead of bringing the knees in the chest, take the feet as wide as the mat. And then bring the knees together and windshield wiper the knees back and forth. There. Twist. Don't pull your knees into your chest. Because that's causing your nervous system is going from forward fold to back bend, forward fold. Now twist opens up the spine. Okay? Last one. Place the hands next to the head. On the inhale, lift up. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Good. Bring your chin to your chest. Come down the upper, the middle, the lower back. And then draw the knees into the chest. Give the knees a hug. You can make little circles on the sacrum, rocking left to right, right to left. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Now let the knees come over to the left. Extend the right arm out. Remember, if you touch somebody, don't be like, oh my God, it's not the subway. Right? You know, it's a yoga class, so remember that they are a holy being also. So they're divine too. So don't be. I see people used to back in the old days. People didn't like if you put your hand on somebody or they accidentally touch somebody. You know, after 2020, everybody's like, oh my God. Don't be, oh my God. It's okay. And come back to center. Go to the other side. And then you see you'll touch the person on the other side of you too. And if they're your significant other, I guess you could touch them more. That's what's happening over here, right? Like on your, come back to center. Give your knees a hug. And then place your feet on the floor and open up your knees to the side again. Coming back into your Supta Baddha Konasana. Okay. From here, you have choices. You can stay in Supta Baddha Konasana. Or you can come into shoulder stand. If you are at the wall, you can bring the legs up the wall in Viparita Karani. If somebody comes into Viparita Karani and they are, let them share your space and they could come into Viparita Karani beside you. So those are your 3 options. Shoulder stand, full inversion, legs up the wall, half inversion, or Supta Baddha Konasana, no inversion. Up to you. So when we all have different motivations to do the things we do. The karma yoga, you have to have desire to actually perform karma action. And when I trained as a Jiva Mukti yoga teacher, and my teachers, Sharon Gann and David Life, when they opened up Jiva Mukti, their ulterior motive was that they wanted to talk about animal rights. Listen, they would have never become yoga teachers if they couldn't talk about animal rights. I talk about animal rights too, but I had a slightly different motivation. I came from a long line of Methodist ministers, and I had left my spiritual tradition because of the dogma. And when I came to yoga, I was 43 years old, and all of a sudden at 43, there was a door that opened that allowed me to have a spiritual practice again. And to have a different relationship with God on my terms. And when I opened up this studio, I wanted that to be the thing that I offered other people, especially people who felt disenfranchised or shunned or alienated by other spiritual traditions. Because, it shouldn't be anybody who's in a spiritual tradition as a minister or a teacher or a provider, if they're shunning anybody, if they're humiliating anybody or demonizing anybody, you have to question what they're doing. Because they should be all inclusive because that's what all the great spiritual masters have always done. You know, a lot of us come from a Christian tradition, and Jesus Christ did his ministry to the poor, to those who were outside the system. He offered ministry to the women who were seen as not, you know, the gold standard of femininity of the time. And his teachings were, take care of these people, not the 1%. But somehow when spirituality becomes orthodox and institutionalized, the first thing they want to do is they want to talk to the people with money and power because they want money and power. Well, nobody who opens up a yoga studio is going to make money. And nobody who opens up a yoga studio is going to be in power. So there's this kind of equalization that happens that you can really teach these teachings honesty without any hidden motivation or hidden agenda. And like I said, I don't think it's the building that makes that happen. It's delivering the message. So we're just now our next phase is to go into different situations, maybe publishing, maybe doing like yoga retreats where we can really dive deep into the sadhana. And maybe be able to reach more people than have a brick and mortar building on Newark Avenue. Bring the legs overhead, let the toes touch the floor behind the head. Clasp the hands together in a fist. Extend the arms away. Bend the knees, reach back, hold on to the knee joints. Place the hands on the floor. Slowly come down one vertebrae at a time until the hips touch the floor. Good. And then once the hips are on the floor, you can lift the torso up, unfold the mat, move the blanket off to the side if you have a blanket. Lay down on the back, turn the palms to face upward, press in the elbows, puff up the chest, come onto the top of the head. Fish. Press into the elbows, bring the chin and the chest, come down, and draw the knees into the chest. Just roll over to the left and come into a child's seat. And then from child's seat, you have a couple of choices. You can stay in child's seat. You can come into headstand, interlacing the fingers together, placing the head on the floor behind the wrist crease, tuck the toes under, lift the knees up, walk the feet forward. If you want to stay there in a dolphin, you can stay there in a dolphin. The heart is above the head, you're in an inversion. If you want to bring the knees into the chest like a crow, you can stay in a half headstand. If you want to move the knees up toward the sky and the feet toward the sky, you can come into a full headstand. So all those options are really good. Here again, no inversion, depending on if you are able to do inversions. Half inversion, semi-half inversion, 3/4. I'd call that crow version 3/4 version. Now, you can't use the mirror. Just remember, you can't use the mirror. I don't want you to, like, one, I know we're leaving, but if you break the mirror, you're going to have 7 years bad luck. I don't want you to have 7 years bad luck for a headstand. And slowly start to come down if you're still up. Rest in child's seat. And as you rest in child's seat, just come back to that intention that you said at the top of the sadhana. Bowing down to that. Surrendering to that. That's the beauty of child's seat. And just recall that intention. And by doing that, what seems like it would be just hatha yoga becomes bhakti yoga. It becomes the yoga of devotion. When you're ready, lift the torso up. And come lay down with the head toward the windows, the feet toward the mirrors. Unless you're to the side, that's fine. And you can place a blanket underneath the knees. You can place a blanket on top of you. And allow the breath now just to breathe the body. You don't have to breathe in any special way. And relax at the pelvic floor, letting go of Mula Bandha. Let the body be heavy and dense. Shavasana. Bless you. Gently start to deepen the breath. And as you deepen the breath, make small movements with the fingers and the toes. Stretch the arms over and stretch the arms and legs in opposite directions. And draw the knees into the chest. Give the knees a little hug. And gently roll over to the right. And pressing the left palm into the earth, lift the torso up. Come up to a seated position for a very brief meditation. And the reason why I reminded you of your intention, when Patanjali talks about the idea of yoga and Krishna, the object that you've chosen, you have to meditate on it. A lot of times we will give you all kinds of things, but here again, this is the personal relationship you have. So sitting tall, close the eyes. And this is a meditation that Bhagavan Das once gave me in this room. He said, as you close your eyes, go to God. And what a beautiful meditation. Whatever that is to you, go to that. Make that the omni point. Shanti. 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 Bringing the hands together in undulating mudra, bowing the head slightly, giving thanks and praise for the teachers and teachings of yoga from the past, the present, and still teachers and teachings yet to be revealed. Om Bolo Sadguru Bhagavan Ki Jai. Namaste. Thank you all so much for being a part of our lives for the past 16 years. To you. Because without you, we can't do what we do. And I'm not going anywhere. We're already setting up a situation where I'll be teaching in town. We just visited a place on Pacific that we really like, and it has parking, so it's going to be near everybody, and I'm probably going to be there 3 days a week. So don't think that, oh my God, this is it. It's just that we're not going to have to deal with our landlord. Okay? And the other thing I want to tell you is today is Bob's birthday. He's 35.
Tomorrow is our 27th anniversary.
Oh.
It's amazing to see so many people here, and thank you all for your messages and text messages and emails. But I have to say something about Austin teaching. And no matter how many are in class, 1 or 65 like that, he always teaches the same. And it doesn't matter. He's not attached. As long as he gets his point across. And sometimes that point is a little intense. But he always gets it across. All the deities and objects that you see are going to other places. Philadelphia, upstate New York, Mystic, Connecticut.
Yeah.
So just like they came to us, they're
Going to new places, new homes.
we have over 600 videos on the YouTube channel. YouTube.com/@Urban Sadhu Yoga. So if you want to revisit some of the classes.
And we're going to try to add new material. We're going to try to add new material too.
The chant book is online. You can get it tonight.
And online at Amazon.
Amazon. We're going to put all of the last 5 years' explorations on Amazon too, and probably the Bija sequence book. Maybe one day we'll even have a create your own yoga class app, if it works out. And what can I say? You've touched us all.
Yes. Yes, we're very grateful that everybody has been a part of our lives for this past 13 years, 15, almost 13, yeah, almost over 13 years. So it's been, and it's been a wonderful journey. I've been your student, it's not just, I've been a student too the whole time. But we'll continue on that journey. We're not going to stop it. You don't stop it till you hit the grave, honey. Listen, that's when you stop it.
One thing about life, the beginning, the middle are pretty easy to deal with, but the endings we never know. And everything comes to an end, good and bad.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the teachings of yoga. Yoga's going to teach you that the cycle will end, and don't be devastated by the ending of the cycle, because the new cycle begins after. So something new comes out of it, just like, after winter, spring comes. That's what happens. Nature tells us what it's all about.
We have cake, birthday cake, and Sally made cupcakes also.
Yay. And we still have and there's still some for sale stuff in the other studio. There's chant books that have never been used, and there's chant books over here that are used. And so if you want to, what are you doing? 3 for the used ones and 5 for the new ones. So either one. Oh my God! Look at that. That's beautiful. Wow. That's so. That's beautiful.
Here for the remaining things that we're selling this afternoon, tomorrow, and Monday. So if you can stay today,
Or pick it up today. You can come back tomorrow.
there's things like amplifiers and headsets and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. I feel like Miss America. Thank you. They're beautiful.
And the place on the Pacific is called Gravity Vault.
Yeah.
So it has lots of parking, and we're hoping Monday, Wednesday evening, and Sunday.
Sunday at 10. So the Sunday at 10 o'clock, that was the big one. And we'll be doing, I'm thinking like doing an open class Sunday at 10, Wednesday an express. Because a lot of the people like the express, and it's an hour, and I know that's kind of mid-hump day, so why not do like something short? And then Monday doing an open class. But they were very open, and I said, if you want to like have us set up a program, we could bring in the yin and the restorative and the triguna. And I said we also teach fundamentals, which may be kind of a good workshop, every quarter over there, that we teach a 4-week cycle of, because there's a lot of people over there that they want to do yoga, but something they want to move, because it is a movement facility, but because of that rock climbing, they need to also do extension, so we could maybe like even continue our fundamental program, which is I was excited about doing.
And if anybody wants to take a private with Austin, message me and we'll set it up.
All right.
Thank you all.
Be loved, be vegan.
If a couple of guys could help Rob here get
Nataraj.
Raj into his van, that'd be great.
And
These are going, and Shiva's going, Krishna's going,
Sharon's taking Krishna to Philly, and Rob is taking Nataraj upstate, Poconos, and Ganesh is going to. So everybody got a good home. That was important to me. I was worried about when Dev Dutt, when I had brunch with Dev Dutt, he said, "How do you feel about closing?" I said, "Very concerned about the deities." I said, "They have to have good homes." I said, "I don't know what to do," and it's all worked out that like they're going to either yoga studios or people who have spiritual practices. So I'm very happy. I'm very, very happy. Thank you. Hey, so why don't we do this? Why don't we take the blankets, and because we are selling the blankets. If you want blankets, so we'll just take them, and you can put them over there in the thing, or if you leave them in the middle of the room, we'll deal with it. And the blocks, there's some stuff over in the other room for sale, musical instruments, odds and ends. And then there's cake, vegan cake. It's a vanilla cake with raspberry and buttercream icing. Huh? Well, like not vegan butter.
Does the Gravity Vault have blankets?
I'm probably going to bring the old stuff from the old studio over there.
You have stuff that's not here?
Remember when we had the other studio? I still have all that in storage. So I have like 30 blocks and 20 blankets, and 6 or 7 bolsters and straps. I mean, I just put that in storage.
Yeah.
It's just been in storage. Yeah, thank you. I love you so much. Thank you. I know. New beginnings. Thank you, guys. So that, yeah, we met with him today. I think this is going to work out.